What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, we're going over all the upcoming Season 4 Reloaded operator bundles and the release dates that we have so far for them. So if you find the video helpful or informative at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. A quick reminder, the last video that I posted went over some free limited time rewards that you're going to be able to claim along with the new Kingly Attire operator skin, which is a part of that whole CDL championship event. So if you want the details on that, I'll have it linked down in the description. But anyways, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. The first bundle that we have is called the Tracer Pack Nuclear Family Mastercraft. They don't showcase the price, but it's going to be around 2,800 to 3,000 COD points, mainly because it features two different animated Ultra Skin operators and a Mastercraft weapon blueprint. According to Reality UK, a leaker, he says this bundle will be releasing on the 4th of July. And just a disclaimer, these dates can change and probably will for some of the bundles, usually around a day or two. Just take that information with a grain of salt. But this bundle comes in with the Mutant Visage for Swagger, which is the first operator skin that you see here. It looks like the bottom portion of his mouth is completely missing. The operator is animated. You can see the top of the helmet has that green glow. And then this is an early showcasing credit to Austin 6 for the footage of what he looks like in game. The second operator skin that we have is called the Mutant Demise, which comes in for Scorch, a part of Spec Group, very similar style and look to the operator skin. Although they look very similar, they're completely different operators from each other. But the next thing that we have is the new weapon blueprint for the Ram 9 called the Deviant Absolution. It also has tracer impacts called the Septic Serration Tracers and a death effect called the Acid Attack Dismemberment. And this is what it looks like in the FX preview tab. You can see how that death effect goes. The next weapon blueprint is for the TAC Evolver, which is going to be LMG called the Stare Down. And this one is the Mastercraft within this bundle. It does have the same exact tracers and the death effect. And this is what it looks like in the FX preview tab. They don't show it right here in the FX preview with the inspect animation, but Austin 6 shows it later in his video. And this is what the Mastercraft will look like. It has some sort of a weird creature within the mag just moving and swimming around. Looks like some weird mutant fish, and that's what the inspect animation is for the weapon. Anyways, the rest of the bundle will contain a large decal called the Growing Up Different, a brand new weapon sticker called the Half Mast, a weapon sticker called the Mind Over Matter, and then finally a loading screen called the Nuclear Family. And this is everything in this bundle. The next operator bundle that we have is called the Bubble Tea Tracer Pack, which credit to Thunder for this gameplay footage. It brings in a new operator skin for Dockaby called the Live, Laugh, and Boba. He also showcases what the operator skin looks like in game, a full 360 view of the character. And then it comes in with 5 different weapon blueprints, and surprisingly 4 of them are for the HRM9 weapon blueprint. For example, you see the first one right here. It has the tracer impacts called the Tapioca Tracers, a death effect called the Milk Tea Mayhem Dismemberment. All the blueprints have the same tracers and death effect. The major difference is the color changes depending on the weapon blueprint. So there's the purple version, which is the Straw Power. That one will shoot the purple tracers. The second one is called the Matcha Victor. That one will end up shooting a green one, and it just really depends on the flavor. There's a total of 4 HRM blueprints that do the same exact thing. And then the 5th weapon blueprint comes in for the KV Broadside Shotgun, which has the same exact tracers and death effect, and it looks very similar to the HRM9 blueprint, and this is what it looks like. The rest of the bundle itself is going to contain things like, for example, you have a new large decal called the Super Taro Pearl Tea, another large decal called the Tea with Friends, and then a weapon sticker, and then finally a new loading screen. And this is everything in the bundle, costing 2,400 COD points. As for the release date, I forgot to mention that that's going to be on the 5th of July according to leaks. The next operator bundle that we have is called the Tracer Pack Horseman Death Ultra Skin, which has a release date of the 8th of July. So that means it's going to be around a couple days before the event starts, because next Wednesday on the 10th we have that Vortex event. So if it's not the 8th, it'll for sure be either the 9th or the 10th. The bundle is going to cost you 2,400 COD points. Brings in a new operator skin for Laswell, which I believe is the first time we're seeing something like this, called the Death's Promise. And the operator skin is indeed animated. You can see that the black goo or whatever that is, it looks like symbiote, but whatever that is, it's actually moving. And this is a full 360 of what the operator skin looks like. Credit to Thunder once again. I'll have his link down in the description. And the rest of the bundle will contain things like a new weapon blueprint for the SOA Subverter called the Death Bleeds Over. And the blueprint does have tracers and a death effect. It's called the Death Tar Tracers and the Strand Dead Dismemberment. And this is what it looks like in the FX preview tab. The tracers you shoot are pink, and then the death effect is black to sort of match the whole theme of that bundle. And also the weapon blueprints are animated very similar to the operator skin. The bundle should cost around 24 to 2,800 COD points. The second weapon blueprint is going to be for the Lockwood 680. Has that same exact effect, same tracer, same death effect, the same exact animation, and this is what it looks like in game. And then following that, you have the rest of the bundle, and that will include things brings like a zombie acquisition for the Wonderwaff DG2 case, a new large decal called the Death Remembrance, a emblem called the Horseman's Duty, a weapon sticker called Sticking It to the Death, and finally a loading screen called the Horseman Death. And that's everything that you need to know about this bundle. The next operator skin that we have is called the Tracer Pack Cyber Misaki Operator Skin, with a leaked release date of July 10th. It brings in a new operator skin called the Cyber Bloom for Doc. The bundle's probably going to cost you around 2,400 COD points. It matches that Cyber Keiko operator skin we saw in the first half of the update. But once again, credit to Thunder for this footage, and this is what the operator looks like in game. Following that, there's two different weapon blueprints that you unlock, and that first one is for the TAC Evolver LMG called the Lace Dogma. The Tracer Impact is called the Cyber Threat Tracers. It doesn't have a death effect, unfortunately. It also doesn't look like the actual weapon blueprint itself is animated in any sort of way, but this is what it looks like. And then the second weapon blueprint is for the Striker 9, follows that same green and white style. This one's called the Spider's Kiss, and it has the same exact tracers. And other than this weapon blueprint itself, you got a large decal called the Cyber Up, a brand new weapon sticker called the Tactile Bite, and finally a loading screen called the Cyber Misaki. The next operator bundle that we have is called the Tracer Pack Froggie Forest Mastercraft, which is probably going to cost 2,800 to 2,400 COD points. Brings in the new Fun Guy operator skin for Riptide. According to leaks, the release date is set to be on the 13th of July. The two weapon blueprints that come in with this bundle is for the SVA 545 called the Bog Witch, and it comes in with the Tracer Impact, Psilocybin Psychosis Tracers, and a death effect called the Spore Snap Dismemberment. And this is what it looks like in the FX preview tab. Out of the two weapons, the Mastercraft is the one for the SVA. I saw some clips over on Twitter. I'll find them and just put them right here. But from what I remember, it doesn't inspect to where like mushrooms grow out of it, and does a completely different inspect animation than a regular one, which is why it's considered a Mastercraft. The second weapon blueprint is for the WSP Swarm called the Fungal Reclaw. From my understanding, you only get one Mastercraft in these bundles, so this one's gonna have a regular inspect. It has the same tracers, the same death effect, and the same look and style to it, and this is what it looks like. And following that, the rest of the bundle will consist of things like a new large decal called the Mushroom Dance. Then you get a new loading screen called the Frog-Eyed Mushes. You get a weapon sticker, and then finally you get a new loading screen called the Froggie Forest, and this is everything that this bundle will contain. The next operator bundle that we have is called the Obsidian Steed. This brings in the highly requested Jeans Ghost operator skin. I believe this bundle should cost you around 16 to 1,800 COD points, mainly for the fact that it doesn't come along with much. Leakers have stated that the release date for this will be around the 13th of July, but it's not a guaranteed date, so it is subject to change a couple of days. But the first thing that you get is Ghost, and they're literally calling him Jeans Ghost, so I guess it's just the name because that's what everyone named him. This is what he looks like, a full showcasing 360. Credit to Austin 6 for this footage. And then following that, other than the operator skin, you get a new weapon blueprint for the Bao 27 called the Obsidian Steed, which if you've ever played Advanced Warfare, you probably will remember it from there. They turned it into a weapon blueprint, and this is what it looks like. But other than that, the rest of the bundle will contain things like a large decal called the Letting Loose, a brand new emblem called the Mr. Terror, and then finally a brand new loading screen called the Obsidian Steed. And this is everything coming in with this brand new bundle. The next operator skin that we have is called the Cursed Arts, with a set release date of July 16th, which is also subject to change. But this brings in a new skin for barbecue called the Hunter's Grin. The bundle will probably cost you 2,400 COD points, although no tracers are involved. There is 3 different weapon blueprints. The first one is going to be coming in for the Pulmiot 762 called the Demonic Severance, and this is what it looks like in game. And it does look like it glows in the dark. It has some sort of like fire animations towards the bottom of it. The second weapon blueprint is for the KV inhibitor called the Cursed Morality, and this is what it looks like. And then the next weapon blueprint after that, which is the third one, comes in for the sword, and this one is called the Ritual Spike for the Soul Render. Same exact effect. It has some sort of markings on it, a little bit of gold, or what is that, red flames. And then following that, the rest of the bundle will contain things like a large decal called the Art and Craft, a weapon sticker called the Into the Occult, and a loading screen called the Cursed Arts. And this is everything you need to know about this bundle. Now for these next operators, we don't have a release date for them, but this one is the Underworld Morrigan Tracer Pack, costing you 2,400 COD points. Brings in the Nevermore operator skin skin for Banshee. This is what she looks like in game with a full 360 view. Looks very similar to that one MW2 bundle that we saw during the haunting event. I think it's called the Witchcraft. Other than that, there's also the Sigil Breaker, which is for the Pull Me Out 762. Surprisingly, the weapon blueprint also looks very similar to one of those free blueprints that we were able to get during the haunting, but it comes in with a tracer impact called the Triskill Knot Tracers. It unfortunately does not have a death effect, and this is what it looks like in the preview tab. The following one that we get is for the WSP Swarm called the Forgotten Lore. Same exact tracers and impact round, and then following that, the rest of the bundle will consist of a large decal called the Ebony Bird, a brand new weapon sticker called the Foul Discourse, and finally a new weapon charm, and that one is called the Masquerade. And this is everything you need to know about that bundle. The next one that we have is a part of a crossover with TacGas called the TacGas Tracer Pack, costing 2,400 COD points. Features a new operator skin called Fuel for Barbecue. It comes in with its own new finishing move, which we'll talk about later. The first weapon blueprint is for the DG56 AR called the Fuel and Fury. The tracer impact is called the TacGas Fuel Tracers, and this is what it looks like in the FX preview tab. The second weapon blueprint looks very similar, has that TacGas logo on it, called the Fuel and Fire, and comes in for the Holger 26. Same exact tracer, no death effect, and this is what it looks like in the preview tab. Then following that, you get a couple of other items, which include a brand new finishing move called the Tactical Gasoline. If you guys played the OG MW2 campaign, you're probably very familiar with this. They pretty much brought that back and turned it into a finishing move, and they have included it here with this operator bundle, and this is just early showcasing of what that finishing move looks like. Anyways, you get a brand new calling card called the Lighter Up, a new weapon charm called the TacGas, and then a weapon sticker called Sniper Lookout, and finally a loading screen called TacGas. The next bundle that we have is called the Spaceman Tracer Pack, which brings in a new operator skin for Jabber called the Moonstalker. This is what the operator skin looks like. You can see the weapon blueprint that he's holding on to is actually insane. Anyways, this bundle is like an astronaut theme. I'm thinking it's probably going to come in within the next couple of days because we just got the Out of This World pack, and this one sort of matches that theme, and we don't have a release date for it, so it should probably release sometime soon. But other than that, there's two different weapon blueprints. The first one is for the BP50 called the Broken Galaxy. The blueprint itself is fully animated. You can see that it has these super bright lights that's just sparking. It may have to do with the eliminations. The more you get, the more it starts going like this, but it comes in with a tracer impact called the Cosmic Ray Tracers, a death effect called the Rupture Dismemberment, and you can see what that looks like in the FX preview, and it's actually one of the sicker dismemberments that we have. Following that, we also get another weapon blueprint. This one is for the XRK Stalker called the Galaxy Eater. It doesn't look like it has that bright explosive effect that the BP50 does, but it also has the tracer and the death effect, and it is fully animated. So this looks like one of those mastery camos just as a weapon blueprint. But following that, you get a brand new calling card called the Ruptured World, a new weapon sticker called Cutting Off the Crust, another weapon sticker or a large decal called the Planet in Crisis, a new loading screen called the Cord, and then another loading screen called Spaceman. But this is everything you need to know about that bundle. Going on to the next one, we have the Ceramic Tracer Pack, which comes in for Jet called the Golden Flaw. This is that mannequin operator skin that we saw a couple of times. Since the bundle is a tracer pack and does have everything, you can expect it to be 2,400 COD points. This is also a full 360 of what the operator skin looks like. The rest of the bundle will consist of two different weapon blueprints. The first one is for the Moors called the Liquid Gold, comes in with a tracer impact called the Golden Disrepair Tracers and a death effect called the Mushin Dismemberment, and this is what it looks like in the FX preview tab. The second weapon blueprint is for the Ram 9 called the Cracked Ego, same exact tracers and the death effect, and this is what the weapon blueprint looks like. Following that, there's some other items that you'll be able to get from this bundle. A large decal called the Great Reveal, a new emblem called the Cracked and Deadly, a new emblem called the Cracked Pistols, and finally a loading screen called Ceramic. The next bundle that we have is called the Tracer Pack Zodiac Cancer Pro Pack, brings in a new operator skin for Corso called the Plated Rogue. This bundle will include 2,400 COD points because it is a pro pack, meaning that it's going to cost you 19.99 USD, but this is what the operator skin looks like in game. Following that, there's also two different weapon blueprints that do have a tracer impact round called the Constellation Tracers. The first blueprint is for the attack eradicator called the Shell Casing, which fits that theme of that red and white that they have, and this is what the weapon blueprints death effect and tracers look like in game, which actually spread to the right and upward, which is actually pretty sick. Then you get a second weapon blueprint, and this one comes in for the battle rifle sidewinder called the Ardent Shell. Same exact thing, looks almost identical, and that's everything you need to know about the weapon blueprints. Following that, the rest of the bundle will contain things like a brand new large decal, you get a brand new emblem, you get things like a loading screen. Actually, 3 different loading screens are available, and this is everything that this bundle will include. The next bundle that we have is called the Tracer Pack Black Hole, which brings in a new operator skin for Doc called the Event Horizon. I don't mention this bundle as an Ultra skin or a Mastercraft pack, but you can see that the operator skin is fully animated. He's moving. Even the weapon blueprints are fully animated as well. This is a full 360 of what that operator skin looks like. The second thing that you get from this bundle is a new weapon blueprint for the attack evolver, which is fully animated, and that's just the blueprint itself. It comes in with tracer impacts called the Supernova Tracers and a death effect called the Orbital Yeet Dismemberment. This is what it looks like in the FX preview tab when you go in and look at it. This is probably one of the best bundles that they've added within this update. You can just check from the death effect right there. And then following that, you got other things that come in. For example, a second weapon blueprint for the Ram 9 called the Gravity Wave. It looks a little bit different, but it's also animated as well, which I guess it looks like a different part of the black hole. Same exact everything, but following that, the rest of the bundle will consist of a zombie acquisition flawless Ethereum tool, a new large decal called Space Style, a weapon sticker called Black Hole, and a weapon charm called Galactic Marble. The next bundle that we have is called the Wildlife Wanted Alpackin Heat Tracer Pack. Brings in a new operator skin for Byline called the Woolly Titan, which features this alpaca. It was expected that Call of Duty would add some sort of an animal into these operator bundles, but other than that, you get a weapon blueprint called the Fuzzy Favorite for the Superi 46. Comes in with tracer impacts called the Tough Fluff, and that includes two different colors, two color variety that they got of purple and blue. And then the next weapon blueprint comes in for the Ram 7 called the Fluffy and Deadly, and then once again, same exact color variation and style that they got. The rest of the bundle will consist of a large decal called the Alpactitude, then a new weapon sticker, and finally a new emblem which says Too Fluffy, Too Confused. And going on to the last bundle that we have here in the video, this one is the Echo Endo Thunderbolt Tracer Pack. Brings in the Mirror Echo Operator skin for Jet, which you can see from the face, the mask is fully animated. You can also see cold wind animation blowing off of their arms. It's like a fox with a tail and everything, and this is what the 360 view looks like. Then you get two different weapon blueprints. The first one is called the Beastly Howler for the DG58. Comes in with tracer impacts called the VWV 4.0 Tracers and the Okami Dismemberment, which they're all white, and this is what it looks like within the FX preview tab. There's also a second weapon blueprint for the Striker called the Howling Demise. Fits that same exact style. And then going on, the rest of the bundle will consist of a new calling card called the Tag You're It, then a new emblem called the Lone Wolf, a large decal called the Wolf Tags, and finally a loading screen called the Echo Endo Thunderbolt. And this is everything that you need to know about all the upcoming operator bundles in Modern Warfare 3 Season 4 Reloaded update. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you found the video informative. Be sure to check out Austin 6 and Thunder. Their links will be down in the description. But it's been your boy Chidzone. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.